Hello, good morning, class 8 student. This is chapter 5, health and hygiene, and this is the third video lesson of this chapter. So in the previous video lesson we have discussed about that how one should make personal hygiene and community hygiene. But in this video lesson we are going to discuss that how one spoil its health and hygiene by adopting addiction or by addicted to some particular substances which are not good for their body. So addiction generally taken as negative term, but it has positive meaning also if the habits are positive, if the habits are good. If it's about painting or like cooking or something like sporting or something else which is good and which is not harming to anybody else, okay, then it can be positive. But here it's given in the syllabus, it's given about addiction is about addiction, which is about bad habits. Okay, so how it spoils one's life. Let us see it. That addiction means what? We should know first meaning of addiction. So it is what? It is a complex condition in which a person uses a particular substance and become dependent on that person, become used to of this. Okay, it means whether the person know that this is the substance, this is of no use and it has so many harmful effects, but the person deny using these substances. Okay, addiction starts with a repeated use of this or consumption of this particular substances, and you know what, that it destroys its personal, social, mental, physical life. And generally the children are more prone to it because they are under peer pressure. It means that their friends pressurize more them. So when your peers are pressurizing you, you just say no to them. As so many people sees that so many people see it as like a symbol of enjoying, or like they see it as a that they are so cool, but actually it's nothing. They're spoiling their life, they're spoiling their habit, they are spoiling their career, but we are not going to pay for it. Okay, we should not pay our dreams or our parents or our life or our career. Okay, so it is our choice that what we should have to do. And I think the first and the foremost thing for our life is our life. Okay, we have to choose our health, because all these addictive substances, whether it is tobacco or like drugs or like alcohol, this all are destroying it, all destroying your health and life. So it's better that we have to choose good. Okay, from we have to find out the difference between good and bad. Okay, and everybody has sense to find out what is good and what is bad. So always say no to bad habits. So the first addictive substance is tobacco. What is there in the tobacco which makes a person addicted to it? So it has a chemical substance which is called nicotine. It has nicotine, and which makes a person addicted to it. It means that after some interval of time the person urges to it, requires it, or need the body needs it. So it affects different body organs like brain, like mouth, throat, lungs. What type of products, tobacco products are there? Do you know it? Yes, you know it. This cigarette, okay, or like smokeless tobacco, like chewing tobacco. So these are the tobacco products. Whatever the product it has nicotine, and which destroys someone. Okay, who takes it? And tobacco smoke also has a sticky substance. You know that there is a sticky substance. I think while watching cinema in theater you have seen that advertisement. Okay, that black tar. Okay, this tar deposits in lungs because it is a sticky substance, so it gets accumulated in someone's body and causes lung cancer. And lung cancer when it is after a regular smoking. Okay, so because of regular smoking, the tar gets deposited into one's lung, and they cause lung cancer. Beside that, besides lung, that causing lung cancer, there are different organs that also affected. Smoking causes narrowing of windpipe. Let us see the picture. Hmm. Sorry. Let us find out that there are so many organs. So smoking actually causes narrowing of windpipe, which leads to difficulty in breathing. Okay, here this person shows that he has a good style status, but it is nothing. It is just showing off. By inside, its body is gonna damage. So yellowing of it because of that smoke, okay, which has some sticky substance. So even either by chewing tobacco or just by smoking, teeth get damaged, that the yellow color or that the brown, permanent brown color deposit over the uh, teeth. Okay, then heart disease, how it is, uh, because smoking causes narrowing of windpipe, which leads to difficulty in breathing, and it also increase blood pressure. And smoke, when the blood pressure increase, then there are more chances of heart attack. Okay, then hardened blood vessels, smoke, it causes narrowing of windpipe, which leads to difficulty in breathing. Then the next one is stroke. So stroke, it means the tobacco can cause blood clots. It also weakens the wall of blood vessels in the brain, and which can lead to stroke. It means that the blood clot, if it is reaches to brain, then it causes stroke. Then lung cancer, as I already told you about tar, which makes the cancerous cells in the lung, and also it affects stomach and intestinal cancer, because if the substances reaches to different organs, then these organs also get affected. Then effects of smokeless tobacco: bad breath, permanent discoloration, yes, that the brownish color deposit on the over the teeth, on the teeth, and precancerous leukoplakia. It means that the cancerous cell starts forming in mouth and in throat. Okay, and the person, generally those who chew tobacco, they have ulcers, they have problem of ulcers, they are prone to mouth ulcers. Okay, so what the person has to do? The person has to just say no to cigars, cigarettes, or tobacco products. This is the only solution of it. Then alcohol. Alcohol is another addictive substance. Drinking alcohol heavily over long period of time can have a very serious effects on our body. Yes, if the person taking alcohol for a long time, and if it is excessive dose, then the person become addicted to it, and it damages its body organ. The person damages its body organ. So alcohol, recent studies have shown that alcohol consumption as little as 12 drinks per week can damage the brain. In a week, that the person has taken 12 doses, 12 drinks, then the person brain damages. And if brain damages, what about other organs? Maybe they're already damaged, or maybe they are going to damage. So it's better not to take it. Affects different body organs like brain, liver mostly get affected, heart, mouth, throat, and even that systems also, like immune system and reproductive system. So let us see picture here: healthy liver and cirrhotic liver. So alcohol affects, excessive intake of alcohol causes damage to the liver, you know. And damage to the liver, it means that the liver is the organ which treats alcohol, or like it helps in breakdown of chemical substances, whether it is fats or alcohol or any medicine we take. Okay, it checks all the substances, because whatever we intake, it release into the bloodstream, and when blood by blood vessels, it gets all the substances, intoxicating the substances. Okay, and then give it back to the heart and body. But if there is excessive intake of alcohol, then liver has to process more. And you know that all the organs have their capacity. There is some capacity that on which they can work. But excessive of it, it means that the liver cannot process too much of the alcohol, cannot process the breakdown of this alcohol, and which may cause cirrhosis, or we can say that scarring of the liver. So this we can say that the liver start damaging, and this is called liver cirrhosis or cirrhotic liver. Okay, so how that liver gets affected, even that other organs too. Let us see how many these are, like brain damages, risk of chest infection, swollen liver, then tingling nerves. It means that the person has shivering hands, and poor control of diabetes, loss of muscle, then enlargement of heart, ulcers, pancreatitis. It means that the swollen of pancreas, and even that the reproductive organs or that the sexual organs of the body does not work well. Okay, so all these are the symptoms of taking alcohol, or the person becomes alcoholic, or we can say that addictive to alcohol. So instead of taking it, just say no to it. Okay, say just no, whether the person is depending on it, but the family and that everyone has to support, and even that the person has not to take. If the person is not getting into the first step of it, then the person will not develop a habit for it. Then drugs, the third one, the third addictive substance. Drugs are what? These are medicine, or we can say other substances or other chemical substances which, when consumed, causes undesirable changes in the body, and the behavior pattern of this person changes. Okay, means we can say the way the body and mind work, that changes. There are some common drugs like cocaine, heroin, marijuana, hashish, and ganja. These are the common drugs which person takes it by inhaling or by injecting or by orally taking it. So this drugs, this is the worst addictive substance because it spoils person's life. And so look at here. There is an example of two drugs. Cocaine and heroin is given, and the symptoms are given here. That heroin, what is the first system, that hallucination. It means that the person sees something which is unreal. Okay, because here the mind works differently, and that's why delusion is there. It means that the person sees something or that feels something which is not real, which is not in the real world. Rise in temperature, chest pain, seizures. It means that headache, okay, anxiety and panic attacks are there. It means the person urges to take it, demands for it. Okay, maybe that emotionally not fit. Okay, fever and profuse sweating because of that heroin addiction, cold sweats, feeling of heaviness, intense heroin cravings. Okay, and severe muscles and bones aches. It means that the person from internally that its body organs are not working well. They urges it. They are having cravings for it, and that's how person becomes so like there are mood swings in that person, that maybe that becomes so emotionally, or maybe that the person pretends that it is broken, and maybe that after some time the person is like becomes so rude, or like I can say annoying or aggressive, and maybe that the person become violent also, or maybe that the person because so much like he or she wants to end his life. Okay, so there are different mood swings are seen in such persons, those who are addicted to particular drugs. Okay, and besides that, nausea, vomiting, crying, all the symptoms are common, okay, to such people who are addicted to different drugs. So this is about different habits, different addictive substances, which spoils a person's life, which makes a person very bad. Okay, so try to avoid taking any of the substance, okay, or addictive substances. Now the interesting topic. This is activity, and how we can see that how tobacco smoke can cause can affect plant life also. So let us see, as you know, that because of the tobacco, taking tobacco or the smoke of tobacco, that the skin also get affected. The person's skin becomes leathery texture. Okay, and which makes or wrinkled skin. You can see. Okay, so let us see that is it affect the plants also. So what we have to do, we have to take two plants, okay, two potted plants of same type, and then keep them in the glass box. Okay, so what do we need? Two plants, glass box, and ashtray, and some cigarettes. Okay, then keep this both the plant under sunlight and close the lid. Okay, in one you just keep the plant as it is, and in the second one you have to keep ashtray along with some cigarettes and just burn one of the cigarette. Okay, and then keep it for some time so that all the cigarettes get used up, or we can say that burns completely. Then keep doing this experiment, keep doing this activity for 6 to 8 days, and after that you will see difference in both this glass box. In the first one, the potted plant is as normal as it was previous, and even the growth is easily seen. But in the second one, you can see that the plant, here you can see that there are wrinkles. The plant looks so dull, and wrinkles are appeared, and even the uh, and it is dull because of insufficient oxygen and insufficient moisture, because all the oxygen and moisture is taken by the smoke. So that's how the plants get affected. So now we can say that tobacco affects the growth of plant. Okay, because of insufficient oxygen and moisture content. Now the last thing, here you can see this picture, and in picture 1, in potted plant 1, wood control is kept. It means only that wood piece is kept there. And in the second one, cigarette butt, or we can say that the piece of cigarette is kept there. Now what is going in this activity, what will happen afterwards? You can you have to think on it. Okay, and keep ready your answers. Maybe that I'll ask this question in the Google form. Okay, so you just find it out that what has happened if cigarette butts are kept in the potted plant. Okay, will the plants grow or not? You should know about it. I have already explained it. Okay, so have a nice day. Be addictive to hard work and smart work.